Hi everyone. So, as most of us are facing issues in quant and reasoning, and I have been facing this issue for a few months now. So, I came across few things that I wanted to share with you all. I hope these will be useful to you as well. These are some of the sources that toppers suggested in some of their videos. So some things are that. Some are my experiences after giving certain mock test and how I planned on improving it. So let's start. Firstly, this is the syllabus of Quant. Okay, there are so many topics, but the level of questions that RBI is asking is really tough, or I would say the time that they give is the major problem because 25 minutes is really less, and the questions are so complex that when we read, like even reading the questions and knowing if we will be capable of doing it, that itself takes a lot of time. Okay, so at least this is the problem that I am facing, that I am not able to select the questions. Although, like for example, I have practiced time and work. Okay, but now when I'm doing the questions, what is happening? It is getting difficult for me to actually select the questions which are doable in that 25 minutes, and then I'm able to attempt only 4 or 5 questions, sometimes 3 or 4 questions only. Now this will be a problem in the exam because there will be much more pressure when we are giving the exam, and our decision making won't be that efficient at that time. Okay, so how I try to improve it is, I firstly, like there are certain things. First thing I think I would suggest is, uh, you should know, what are your strength and what are your weakness. Okay, for example, I'll take my example. For example, probability chapter. I don't want to touch that chapter. Okay, even if some question, 1 or 2 question comes from that chapter, I'm okay to leave it, because I know even though I'll know it, but if some complex question comes, I won't be able to solve it correctly. So what is important firstly is, if you see number of questions itself, what you're attempting is less, you can't make negatives. So it is important that whatever you attempt, those should be like mostly correct. Efficiency is very important. So how will you know what are your weak and strong areas? So for that, I think first thing you need to do is practice, or at least give some mock test and attempt some previous year questions, so that you can know the level of quant. And trust me, I have given CAT exam, I have given so many other exams. Okay, I was really good at maths and everything, but uh, if you are not in touch with quant, like if you are banking aspirant, then it is fine. But if you're not, then the questions are really tough. Okay, and to actually know the level, you should attempt mock test. At least give 2 3 mock tests to actually analyze what are your, how you are deciding on which questions you need to do, how much time you are allocating, what is your efficiency, how much plus minus you're doing. So everything you need to do. And once you do it, once you give mocks and once you analyze your strength and weaknesses, the most important thing is to decide how to fix it now. Like for example, when I gave, I realized it is really gonna, screw my whole exam, because it is very important to clear the cutoff, and it also gets difficult. So what I decided was that I will do quant every day. Maybe, let it be for 60 minutes, just 1 hour or 1.5 hour, or maybe 30 hours only, 30 minutes only. But I should do every day, so that and every weekend at least give one test in a time bound manner, and just analyze what issue, what problems you face that exam, where you can improve, and everything you should write. For example, I think I was doing that thing. Like for example, I gave a sectional test of 15th. So what I did was, I wrote certain improvement that I need to do. So whenever next time I'll just keep in mind that I don't need to repeat these mistakes. Okay, like for example, when I gave this sectional test, what happened? I was so, I occupied in the initial questions that, oh, I need to do, and that when I was not able to solve, that build up happened, and I panicked. But at the end of the sections, there were like some doable questions, but I could not even see them. So this is, I think, major issue that I have. Like next thing is number system. What happens whenever I see number series, I feel like okay, I'll be able to do this, but I am not able to do, and it is taking a lot of time. So I decided, okay, I'll not touch these questions as of now, because I want to pick those questions that I am confident with. Okay, so this is one thing. Now this is the first part. This is the initial thing you need to do. If you have not already started, just do it. It is very important. You will realize how important and how tough quant is. Okay, now second thing is be selective. I think every video that you see on quant, every teacher will say you the same thing. uh, at least the videos I watch, that don't try to cover everything. We don't need to score 100% of the marks, but here there is very very important thing, that do not decide that okay, even if you attempt 5 questions, it's enough, because you never know the level of exam. Okay, if in case the question paper doesn't come that difficult, okay, then cutoff might go, maybe 6, 7, 8, or anything like that, right? But that time you should realize that if the paper is easy, okay, it is easy for all. Okay, but maybe certain chapters that you have not covered because you are doing selective study, those easy you might not be able to solve. So at least pick a target that is safer for you. Okay, at least 8 to 10 questions efficiently, correctly. If you do this, will that will be on a safer side. Because if you will take a target of 5 or 6 questions, and if paper comes easy, or maybe for some, they are able to solve it brilliantly, then it will be really difficult because cutoff will go high. Okay, so in that case, at least take a safer step, a safer target. Okay, because we should be very prepared for this. Even if difficult question comes, it is fine. At least 2 3 questions. If the cutoff goes, I don't think it will go this less, but at least 4.5, it is less only. Okay, but the level of paper, it is good only. Okay, now next thing is, don't rely completely on few topics. Reason being that even though you have completed, let's say for example, simple and compound interest, you have done that chapter nicely, but there may be a chance that in the exam you won't be able to solve that particular question. Okay, so if you are just picking uh, you know only few topics, which you are just relying on those topics, that okay, this will be enough, and you will be able to solve whatever questions comes in from this topic, then there are, or maybe you're too smart and you will be able to do it, but I am talking about average people like me. So at least take 1 to extra subjects, extra topics that you think okay. Like for example, if you will see area volume, this is very simple one, right? Average, quadratic equation, data interpretation. So these things, at least like we know DI1 definitely it will come, right? So take such things which you are sure, and take some like practice some additional topics as well. Don't restrict to just few. Okay. Now next thing is, I already told you question selection. This you will be able to know and learn only when you do the mock test, only when you practice it. Because I think the main important thing that RBI wants to test from this difficulty level of the exam is how good you are in deciding, decision making is very important. You should know which one you are able to do, and that too in a very quick way. This is what I am not able to do, right? But this will come from practice. So practice lot and lot of questions. Like for example, if you're doing quadratic equation, give it 2 days, no problem. But practice is such that the difficult questions also you are able to do, because nowadays the questions are coming like quantity 1, quantity 2, quantity 3. So you need to be very quick, otherwise it will take a lot of your time just to solve one question, right? And obviously, firstly, you need to just look at all the doable questions. Don't touch the questions you think you will be able to do, but it might take time. Mark it for review, do it later on, but always do the easy questions first, because if you're not able to solve initial questions, pressure will you will build up, and then it will be difficult to even solve easy ones. Okay, so like all these things, these tricks you will be able to know when you will practice, that too in a time bound manner. See, I'll tell you one thing. When I will analyze my quant, I will be able to solve every question. Okay, 25 out of 25 I am able to solve. But when I am in that 25 minutes time frame, that time itself I'm facing the issue. So don't just practice. Okay, but practice in a time bound manner. Give yourself some time. Let's say there's one question, say if it is a lengthy question, give yourself 2 minutes or 3 minutes, right? Because even if in 25 minutes you are able to do 10 questions, which is like really good, then it is 2.5 minutes, right? So it is fine. So do, it's okay, you don't have to solve everything in 60 second, 45 second. Take 2 minutes, 1.5 minute, 2 minute, but do it in a time bound manner. It's very important. So this was all that I had, my learning, and some of you were asking what sources to follow for quant and reasoning. See, I'll tell you, I practice only questions, okay, and I do watch some videos, but that is only for a certain topics. That, and I follow videos from EduTap. There is no specific reason for that. I do it because I already have the course, and I don't want to search, other things. But I went through. I was watching certain videos of some topper, okay, RBI Grade B officer. He is now. So that person suggested actually these two. I'll tell you. For this is Ankush Lamba sir. He is for reasoning. So particularly he will help you with puzzles. It is really good. And the second one is for quant. This is Rodha. I have actually followed to this sir when I was doing my CAT preparation, and he teaches good, but you have to be very selective. Like for example, you should know what is the ask of the exam, because here they are making you practice with respect to CAT exam. And if you don't have that much time as of now to go through every video, because if you will see, just for factorial they have 5 videos, right? It is very important, but considering in, I don't think in RBI exam they ask such type of questions. Okay, so you be selective which topic you want to refer, and you can refer to this. Rola, I have personally followed. He is good, but if you have more time and if you want to be very perfect in it, then you should follow this. Okay, but if you want to like just clear the cutoff and like that, you can refer other sources if you already have. If you don't have, you can check this out. But personally, I don't follow it because I already have a course and I want to make use of my money. So that's why I don't follow. So this was all. If you have any, suggestion, some better techniques or something, some queries, you can just comment down. I'll try to respond. That's it for all. Thank for today. Thank you.